Hey everyone, it's Winnie, and you know, I know I've been gone for 3 months, but I realize I need to get back in the swing of things. I had some time to kind of think about my channel, and while I have not come up with a decision on what direction I want my channel to go, I thought that maybe some of you guys would appreciate a get ready with me video. Now, for the girls, if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, keep watching. For the guys, if you don't, just giving you a heads up now, it's gonna be, makeup and talking about, I guess, what I've been up to. Also, just my little 2 cents on everything that's going on in the boutique community. If that sparks your interest, then keep watching. But let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I will say, I'm not a pro. You guys know that I've said this so many times before, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm not a pro. I don't claim to be a pro. I never said that I was a pro. I just do what I like and what works for me when it comes to my face. If your technique's different than my technique, it's okay. But if you have any tips for me, definitely let me know. I have my little makeup bag here. We are in Laughlin today, and it's kind of a slow day, so I thought maybe why not? Today is Sam's birthday. He talked to his cousin over the phone, and I was downstairs having breakfast with my mom, so I didn't get to say hi to her. But Crystal, I miss you guys, and you're the reason why I decided that I wanted to do a video today. First off, I'm starting with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I'm not the biggest fan of this because I feel like I get oily, but I have to mix 2 shades because I'm in between shades. So I'm mixing warm beige with tan right there, and I just kind of put it on my hand, mix it up with my little phalange, and then I put it on my mug. So what have I been up to the past almost 3 months? Summer's my favorite season, and I feel like I really wanted to enjoy summer without any sort of, I guess, pressure to do anything. I will say that at the beginning of, no, halfway through May, I was asked by work to resume a position that needed some assistance. So because of that, my title changed temporarily. It required a lot more of my time, and therefore that's one of the reasons why I wasn't really able to do a lot with my channel during the month of May going into, June going into July. So you guys knew that at the end of May I said that I was gonna take a month off, but then this happened, and it was an opportunity for me. I feel like my employer is pretty decent. I have no complaints about working where I work. I feel like there's definitely opportunity to climb up in the ladder, but at the same time, you have to understand that, sometimes it may take precedence over outside stuff. And with everything that's going on, with my mom, I don't want to have to be put in that position. So even though I know that I can go up in the ranks and I have opportunities and I consider myself a valued employee, I decided that maybe right now is not the time to do that. If you guys don't know, my mom, since beginning of last summer, she started having seizures, and thankfully she's been seizure free for a year now. And so we're giving her, I don't want to say we're giving her more freedom, but she's able to do a lot more now. We won't let her drive out, only because that could be, if something were to happen, it could be bad. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why I didn't really get to do a whole lot with my channel. I've already said that. I don't know if this is really matching my shade, but whatever. I've gotten into plants, like I've gotten into, propagating plants, and it all started with my mom. She wanted to plant some or sow some wildflower seeds. And so I planted some and I brought them home with me. I brought them back with me to Flagstaff, and they've since grown. Some of them have bloomed. If you guys have seen me post a picture on Instagram, I don't have a mirror, that's why I'm looking at myself. And I was like, what am I gonna do with these? Because we live in an apartment, and I don't want to ask the landlords, can we plant flowers on your land? So I just gave them to our neighbor, who's super, super nice, and she was excited about them. So, I mean, hard to, I feel like, plant stuff like that on the reservation, because it's, for the most part, I feel like the land is really hard. So it's harder for roots to, it's harder for plants to root. All right, this doesn't look too bad. Okay, so yes, been planting. I've been propagating some pothos. Okay, all right, this is what I'm gonna be using now. I'm using the Kat Von D translucent setting powder, and I need to get more because she's about to be empty. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. I don't know. So I just kind of put this all over my face and just kind of let it set in. Well, it might be a lot, but I get oily, especially in the summer. And now I guess is considered late summer. So anyway, back to what I've been up to. Been propagating some plants, and I've been successful at propagating some spider plants. I'm trying to bring an orchid back to life because I've bought it at Wally, and it was like not looking so good. So I went to the nursery. I asked them, you know, what they recommended, and the nice lady there was able to help me and bought the proper type of container for it, the proper medium for it. And so here we are, and it's starting to sprout a new leaf, which makes me really excited. And I don't know why it makes me excited, because I realize that it's just a plant, but I think it's nurturing. Like, I think I like nurturing things. So yes, that's, you know, one of the things. And I've been really enjoying them grow, watching them root, even though it's, you know, really boring to some people. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, it appeals to me. Speaking of nurturing, the last time you guys saw me, we had Thelma and Louise. They were about to get adopted, or they were about to be transported to Canada. Transport happened, and they were both successfully adopted. All right, we're gonna use some eyeshadow primer. This is the little rock behind the scenes eyeshadow primer. It's okay. It's what I really wish some of these cosmetics companies would do, because that's not my skin tone. Just regular skin tone. That's not the skin tone on my eyelids. So sometimes when I use these type of things, it leaves a white cast on my eyes, and I'm like, it just looks ashy or dry, or like, I don't know. And then sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see if this is one of those days. Anyway, so both Thelma and Louise both got adopted. It took maybe like a week or two for them to get adopted. They both immediately went into foster care when they arrived in Canada. And so yeah, they both got adopted. Thank goodness, because I don't know. I always worry about my fosters making sure they find the right home, but I feel like if you just put your faith in the rescue and let them do their thing, it'll be okay. So they both got adopted. Since then, we've had, with Thelma and Louise, I think we had, oh, Harmony. No, not Harmony. Harmony was before. What was her name? Sarah Sue. We had Sarah Sue. She was named after my bestie, Sarah. We had her for like maybe a month, and we had a scare with her because she came all the way from Texas. She flew, cool pilot by the name of Dan Wex. He works with some rescues, one of them being Mountain Girl Rescue, and he's a pilot, and he volunteered his time to go all the way out to Texas, pull a few dogs from the kill list, and bring them back here to Arizona. So that's how I acquired Harmony, and she was not Harmony, Sarah Sue. I confused them because they looked so much alike. So that's how we got Sarah Sue, and she was like the easiest foster. Like, she was so easy to foster. She was smart. She was quiet. She when she was downstairs, she would just keep to herself and play quietly, and she was starting to get the hang of potty training towards the end. But about 2 weeks before she left, we had a scare with her because she was transported from Texas with worms, which I was like, what? And I guess a lot of the animals on that transport had, you know, some sort of parasite. And her, unfortunately, she had Giardia, which I had never had. Ooh, I need to fix my eyebrows. She had Giardia, and then she ended up, I don't know if Giardia is part of worms or whatever, but anyway, she ended up having worms, and it freaked me out because I thought she had parvo because she had blood in her poop, and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And you know, I will say though that there is a place in Phoenix that helps parvo dogs survive. It's called the Parvo Ward. But when you take your animal there, you're surrendering, so you're not going to get your animal back. You can't just take your puppy there, have them fix them, and they give it back to you. So when you do that, I mean, of course, I'm sure that they'll do whatever they can, but they'll do whatever they can to save the puppy, but you're surrendering your puppy, and if they survive, they get put up for adoption. Anyway, so I was freaking out. I was like, this is the first time I'm gonna have one of my fosters is gonna have parvo. It's gonna ruin the whole bring you guys closer. It's gonna ruin the whole fostering thing, because once you have parvo in your home, it's a virus. It kind of sticks there. And I've heard two different people say that once the parvo's there, it's there, and people say that give it a year and it'll be gone. And so of course that could mess up the whole fostering thing. And I was like, oh my god, this puppy, she's not gonna make it. And then at the same time, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to foster anymore, at least not puppies. And I was freaking out. And it turned out, Sam was just like, just take her to the vet, because I couldn't get a hold of the people who run the rescue because it was like late at night. Sam said, take her to the vet, and took her to the vet, and they're like, well, it's not parvo. And luckily that next morning, she had an appointment at the vet, so she was able to get in and get seen, and they were able to determine that it was Giardia and she had worms, and that she would be okay. And I was like, oh, thank god. So anyway, that was the scare. A couple weeks after that, she ended up getting adopted to a husband and wife. They RV across the country, and they were just coming back from, I guess their dog was getting old, so they took her on one last trip across the country, and she had passed away in Missouri, the dog. So they were on their way back to California. Not that they were trying to like replace the dog right away, but they just missed her company, like the company of a dog and stuff. So I guess they were hitting up different rescues or shelters along the way, and Sarah Sue looked exactly like their dog, so they were like, we want her. And they adopted 2 dogs that same day from the rescue. So it was a good day for the rescue. It was a total of 8 adoptions, which is great. And then since then, on that very day, when Sarah Sue got adopted, Peanut came into the picture, because my mom had been at home, and she went outside and she found a puppy just outside in the wood pile. And the puppy was weak. The puppy was just like, didn't look really good. So she called me. She's like, what do I do? And I was like, can you meet me halfway? So I had to drive halfway back to the reservation, and named him Peanut. Peanut is still with us. He was able to recover, thank goodness, and super naughty, very energetic. But I always say that I'd rather them be naughty and energetic than the opposite, because that means something's wrong. So yeah, Peanut's being babysat by my friend Meg. Thank you very much, Megan and Brittany, for watching him. And Meg is also taking care of Ben and Phoebe, who are, you know, back home. Anyway, so Foster's, they came and went. Thelma and Louise, Sarah Sue, and now Peanut. Just been working a lot. Our schedule might be changing at work. I'm not really sure when or how, but word on the street is that it might be changing, and I'm like, oh, yay. So now that we're at the end of summer and it's Sam's birthday, sorry, I don't like to show how I curl my lashes because people are gonna drag me. So here we are in Laughlin celebrating Sam's birthday. My mom is with us. She wanted to, you know, get out of the house, so we're like, okay. So we invited her to come, and here we are. Now, on to the whole beauty, whatever, beauty. I heard people calling it not so much beauty in beauty community, but more calling it an industry now, which I'm like, that is sad, because YouTube, in my opinion, I'm like, isn't YouTube free to do? Like, you sign up and you just, you know, start making videos. I feel like we've lost touch of what it was, because I'm like, it used to be just about making videos, watching videos, people learning about different stuff, but now it's like all about making money, which it doesn't sit right with me, because I feel like you don't really know if somebody's opinion is a true opinion anymore, because they're all about trying to make money. Oh, we're gonna use the Tartelette teas, and this color that I'm using is Heartbreaker. It's just like a nude brown, not a nude, a matte brown. I'm sorry, I'm not a beauty guru. We're just gonna try to do a little bit something kind of simple today. Anyway, the beauty community, I feel like it's just really lost. A lot of the creators are all about trying to make money, trying to get, you know, PR. And here's the thing that I was like, what the heck? I follow Anastasia Beverly Hills on Twitter, and she had made a tweet. By the time I got to it, the thread, it kind of sounded like she was kind of defending herself, basically saying that they send flowers to people whose name is on the PR list on their birthday. They try their best. And so I was like, I wonder why did she feel the need to say that? So I clicked on the thread, and people were like, well, my birthday came and I didn't get flowers. And I was like, how freaking entitled? I mean, I could be misinterpreting it, but I'm like, how freaking entitled? You know what I mean? So that was weird to me. And then also everything that's going on with the whole Manny MUA and Laura Lee Dragon, whatever, and the other dude. I'm like, all right, I had my own reservations about Jeffree Star. Do I think he's a bad dude? No, I don't. Do I think that people deserve a second chance? And do I think that people learn from their mistakes? Yes, I do. Because who hasn't made a mistake? You know? So that whole thing was 10 years ago, and here they are trying to come at him. I feel like I'm using all these YouTube terms. Trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do with that picture. I don't know. And it just blew up in their face. And then it turns out that they themselves have, you know, racist tweets, or, you know, even more recent than Jeffree Star. And I'm like, okay. So I just thought it was weird, and just kind of like, don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Do I like do I like seeing people fail? Do I like seeing people go down? No, I don't, because that's not the type of person that I am. I do, however, enjoy when people are reminded, you know, not to take things for granted, because now I feel like the beauty community should, I even feel weird saying it, the beauty community, they need to take note of this whole situation and realize who really has the power. Who has the power to decide what direction your channel goes, or even if your channel should, you know, even survive. And that's the subscribers. Don't start thinking that subscribers are, you know, your meal ticket or, you know, whatever. Once you start calling, this is something that I've been very conscious about. Once you start calling your subscribers fans, then it's like you're considering yourself a celebrity. And when I hear people call their subscribers fans, it kind of makes me feel really weird. So yeah, I think that they should pay attention now more than ever that subscribers are not just, well, I guess more, they decide which direction your channel goes. Because once it turns on you, it can turn quickly and, you know, make things even worse. So, and then also at the same time, I feel like these cosmetic companies, they need to start really paying close attention to who they choose to promote their products, because I, for one, don't want to work my butt off and choose somebody that I didn't really do a whole lot of research on and come to find out they're a racist. Anyway, so yeah. And then also, we as consumers, I think we need to be very selective on who we choose to support, who we choose to spend money on, who we choose to, you know, buy products from, especially if they've got an affiliate code or if they have a sponsored video, because then I have to wonder, like we should, if this is really a honest to goodness opinion or review. So that's my 2 cents when it comes to that. We're gonna use Crush. That's just a little palette that I got that I'm kind of enjoying. So yeah, there's that. And I think there's a lot of stuff coming out right now, as it should, because we need to know these things. If we're gonna support somebody, I would want to know, you know, is this person a racist? I mean, it doesn't matter to me in the end, like, whether or not they, you know, they're this race or they like this food or whatever. Like the whole Kat Von D thing, I feel like people just kind of blew it out of proportion with the whole vaccination thing. Maybe I'm misunderstanding or missing the point of it all, but I'm like, that's her own kid, you know. And there are some people that strongly believe that vaccinations aren't the way to go, and that's their prerogative, okay. So anyway, yeah, I just feel like it's just so weird, and that's why I'm like, I don't want to be part of this. You know, I can do my makeup, yeah, and I can talk about makeup and I can do stuff like that, but in the end, these are things that I myself do, things that I like, and the way some people react, I'm like, really? So anyway, I think I'm done with this. I don't know if it looks okay, but whatever. We're gonna use this Tarte, I almost said Sex Litter, but it's Sex Kitten eyeliner. It's one of those little sample things that came with whatever, I don't really remember. And I quite like it. I just wish there was more in it because it hardly came with anything. I have noticed, I was telling Sam today, that I gained weight. Like, I'm not a skinny girl to begin with. I do have some fluff on me, but I noticed, I was like, oh my gosh, I gained weight. Like, I can see it in the way my clothes are fitting, and I can just feel it. I can't do this. It just looks like Morse code on my eyelid right now. So I was telling Sam, I was like, I need to start working out. Like, I need to. So I can't do this with one hand. It looks like crap. So that's another reason that I haven't posted any videos. Smudger. Anyway, we'll fix that one later. For our highlight, we're gonna be using this Ulta Beauty. It came with one of my, you know, free gifts with purchase. We're gonna use Fresh Glow, and I thought this was a weird palette to begin with because I was like, these colors aren't quite for me. But I just thought, you know what, just try it out. And it turned out that I really, really like it. Oops. Turned out I really, really liked it and decided to end up keeping it. Some of these, when I don't use them, like yesterday, I gave a whole bunch of those to my mom because I looked at her makeup bag and I was like, Mom, you had this when I was in high school. What are you still doing with it? She's like, I like it. And not like she rebought it and it's just like the same thing. It's the same exact one. Like she never threw it away. I'm like, Mom, this is old, it's expired, it's contaminated, it looks weird, it smells weird, but she's like a woman of habit. Like if she likes something, she sticks with it forever. So the highlight that I used was in Fresh Glow, and the blush is called Nude Pink. So we're gonna pop that right here. Like I said, I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. If I'm not, then you know, it's okay, it's makeup, it comes off. It's not gonna be the end of the world. So a little bit better. And to finish everything off, I have this. It's in the Wet n Wild container, but it's really the Ulta matte formula because I like the way that smells, because it smells like cucumber melon. Who knows if that's enough. And then we're gonna finish off with some mascara. I don't put that on before I spray that stuff on, because when I close my eyes, it transfers to under my eyelids. And we're just gonna use the Tarte Light Camera Splashes makeup mascara. And you know, I think that's it for now. Here's the finished look, and it's whatever, it'll get me through the day. I do have to dry this with a hair dryer though, because if I don't, it gets really curly and just like starts going off to the side. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos coming up, vlogs, and I don't know what else, we'll see, huh? But yes, I do have a formal video planned, the Wet n Wild makeup. I know that I said I was gonna do it, and I still intend to do it. So yes, I'll see you guys later. We're gonna pop some of this on the eyes, so you're not gonna be missing much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.